It's the Mosley Show. We're back, and you'll notice we're back in HD, 4K, the beautiful technology, thanks to our buddy Mike and some things we did yesterday, and my neighbor Brian who came over. We had I tell you, as Scotty knows, it's very fun to just sort of do a lot of tech stuff with me. I'm tremendous at it, and I just have a great feel for it. So that was a good way to go. Yesterday, though, I wish I had just spent the whole day like doing sort of tech. I wish I had the option of occasionally going, you know what, I'm opting out of the Cowboys today. I'm just going to opt out. I know it's what I do for a living. I know it's a huge part of what I've done for the last 20-something years. 30 years, close to 30 years. Bill Parcells, 2003. Well, yesterday was, I've, seen a lot of embarrassing things, and yesterday certainly was right there. And then if you wondered, hey, I wonder if Russell Wilson is just good against the Cowboys. I wonder what he'll look like against the Chiefs. Well, it's about what you thought it would be. He looked great against the Cowboys. Horrible last night. It's time for the Jackson Dart era to begin with the New York Giants, and so it's as bad as you thought it would be. So it's just it's just tough with the teams you cover and the teams you like to see do well. I don't root. Let me put it this way, Scotty Swingler, always with me on the Mosley Show. I genuinely, feel bad. I'm okay. Like, I can function after a Baylor loss. Unfortunately, there was a time I didn't function very well at all. Scotty, I'm sure you've been there too. And maybe the other night you were having trouble functioning. But I at least have to go down there, be a professional, question Dave Aranda on some things, and do all that, and then I can drive home and stop by. Oh, my new Buc-ee's thing is, if you're kind of like, hey, what's Mosley do on the way home? I know a lot of people probably wonder that. What's he up to? Hold on, Scotty. Let's get some. I think there you go. I wanted to put even more light. I feel like that may be too much light. Do I even need the ring? We got this beautiful 4K technology now. Do I need the ring? Okay. Maybe so. Buc-ee's has a thing back there in the, Scotty, it's back there by the jerky area, and I usually get the teriyaki, and it's been way too much on beef jerky. That's not that great. I like it, kind of just gnawing on it. It really, you just feel like kind of a caveman or something, just gnaw and just rip at it with your teeth. And then I get some of those cube cheese, like a cup of cheddar cheese cubes. I'm sure those are great for you. And then, that's kind of how I move on home. In that jerky area the other night, and there were some Arizona State people. It wasn't bad as the Auburn, but there I have to encounter, and we have to interact, and all the Baylor people are not making eye contact with each other. We're just all upset. Think about that. These people were just into Hillsboro, and I stayed for the Baylor players, Aranda. This is a full hour and a half after the game, and Mosley's pulling in. And then I'm running into Baylor at ASU. What are you folks doing after the game? I know you weren't in there with me interviewing the coach. Were y'all still drinking? I don't know. Then one guy comes in. He was mad because they don't sell beer after midnight. He was very upset. Hey, I get it, man. After watching that game, I might have been just grabbing some things off the shelf myself. But I've got something for you. The dried sausage, the venison dried sausage that's in that same cabinet back there with the jerky. I said, hey, give me just a quarter pound of that, because, I don't want to be carrying around a big old huge long link. It just looks weird. I said, cut that up for me and give me about a quarter pound of that. And it was perfect, because I like that better than summer sausage, the dried venison sausage for the way home. It just put me in a better mood. I was able to kind of do my thing. from then on. And and by the way, on the way out to the deal, I'm like, why is my backpack so heavy? What is going on? Is somebody playing a joke on me? First of all, but what it was, Scotty, was that I got my laptop back from you and Mike that had been worked on, and it's much heavier than like my iPad. So that's what was weighing me down. So anyway, late night after a game, I'm trudging back out to the car. Hey, gather around. This is a safe space. Dave's already talked today, but I don't think there's anything Dave was going to say that, I mean, maybe tomorrow, Scotty, I'll investigate what all Dave said, and if we want to play some of that. But today is about our reactions to what happened the other night. And, I mean, okay, all these things start to run together in these post-game scenes, and I would just say, Scotty, and I saw a question today, like, what does Baylor need to do? Why can't Baylor win at home? Why can't, well, I don't know. Has it not been the same coach? If you want to show me, and I know, Scotty, you'll flash some graphics up there for me at some point, but like, you know, I think the point they were making was against Power 4 teams, they're 4-12 and in big home at home and in big home games, what would be considered big home games since the start of 2022, they're 1-9. They're 1-9. So what do? We're going to blame the fans? Okay, yeah. We'll blame the fans. Are they not showing up? I will say this. Okay, there you go, Scotty. Let me put my glasses on here so I can take a peek at this. Power 4 teams Baylor has beaten at home since 2022. Remember the Pokes. I remember the Kansas one. I certainly remember the TCU game last year. Okay, so those are, and I remember a heartbreaking TCU loss from that 2022 season at home after sort of a jailbreak where they ran their group out there. Power 4 teams Baylor's lost to at home since 2022. Now, Scotty, what I'm not going to do is one of these PowerPoint presentations, and you and I were in, I was in one of them recently. If you're going to take the time to show me something on the screen, the last thing I need from you is to read everything on the screen to me. Like there's got to be some better way than you putting a PowerPoint up and then reading me everything on the screen. I can just stay at home for that. I don't understand that. Like, am I not smart enough to just look at the screen? It's the same thing, Scotty, as like these play-by-play people. Actually, it's the analysts more, the radio analysts too. The other night, I'm driving home and I'm listening to a late night. I think it's USC or something like that. And who are they playing? Michigan State. And they love talking about this could make it a one-possession game. This could make it a one-possession. This could make it a one-score game. Like, who told you guys that we needed that? Like this constant reminder. They do it in basketball too. They could make it a one-possession game. They could make it a one. We're not like morons. We can look at the screen and like know what time of the game it's a one-possession game. Like that's analysis. Like anybody cares. Hold on there, Scotty. Let's just make sure. I don't want that to show up on the screen. Boy, one thing Mike does not do when he works on a laptop is spray the screen down. Okay, now, Scotty, so that visual, thank you for that. Thank you for that, because it reinforces how bad this thing has been. And I think sometimes Baylor fans leave a game and they go, God, that felt like another time. That felt like the last time. That felt like. Now, I think what's really scary, Scotty, is, during a game, I'm in the press box, and then I'll go down to the letter winners lounge to see my dad who played at Baylor and some family members at halftime. And then I'll move around the stadium, and I might even go sit in 224 for a little bit to see what's going on. But I'm making my way around the stadium. After one of those turnovers, I think it was after, and kudos to the defense. Let's not pass over this. The defense, okay, here we go. We're gonna show you some of this. The defense actually kept the Bears in the game. Oh, was that the interception, Scotty? I'm sorry, I was talking so much. Was that where he undercut No. Okay, that was one of Cameron's fumbles. I mean, you're arguably your best player on the team, or your second or third best player, Josh Cameron, has like 2 huge fumbles in the game. I mean, it's completely uncharacteristic. I guess on one hand, Scotty, like, I should point out that it's a miracle that they had a chance to win that game. There's a pick should have been made. Guy made a great break on the ball there. That's our man, the former walk-on. I mean, it's a miracle that they had a chance to win the game because they got no takeaways. They're -3 on turnovers, 2 fumbles, the pick, and they still had a chance. And Arizona State had to win that game at the gun. Now, here's something Dave Aranda hates. Here's something, unless it's a 53-yard field goal, which thank you, Connor Hawkins. Thank you for stepping up and making a huge field goal. That's nice. One thing Dave Aranda hates more than anything is settling for points. If it's 4th and 2 from anywhere, especially, you're on the 17-yard line, the thought of taking points, it detests him. And I'm sure the chart probably says, go for it. The risk reward, the reward of possibly getting a touchdown instead of not getting it is worth going for it there. Now, I'm not one of these huge, oh my gosh, please. There's the 53-yard field goal from Connor Hawkins. I like going for it. I like going for it on 4th down. I think sometimes, it does help you. It keeps possessions going. That's the only reason. I mean, that's why I think we have to be a little careful, Scotty, oh my goodness. Okay. Well, there's a play. There's that. And that guy obviously comes back and gets beat later. Number 17 for Baylor. Now that's a nice play where he ripped the ball out of there. He gives up. He has inside leverage on a play later in the game where Arizona State goes down and scores, and he gave up a bad touchdown. I think that was Tyson, ran out, and he wasn't even close on the play. 17 for Baylor. Is that Jordan Turner? I guess it is. Yeah, the transfer portal guy. So again, Bears not getting separation there, going for it on 4th and 2. You can take the points and you go, well, man, I mean, whatever. Well, what did they get beat by? What did they get beat by at the gun? 27-24. Scotty, you basically laughed at me when I said the game would be 31-28. I mean, Bears actually stepped up for periods of this game, a lot of the second half, and held at Arizona State after these turnovers to field goals. The defense actually did some good things in this game. Now they had another one of those jailbreak plays when I have to have it, 3rd and 13, following Jackie Marshall's great play to reach out with his big arm and get a sack, something the Cowboys never do. Baylor doesn't get a lot of them, but Jackie Marshall makes a huge play. You got a 3rd and 13. You got the fans going crazy and a jailbreak right up the middle. Okay, I asked Dave Aranda after the game because he alluded to the bust. What happened on the bust? Dave said they were in cover 2, which means, the 2 safeties are back. And so they got 2 safeties are high there. And they had someone who we didn't mention their name, but I think if you just watch the game, you could probably know who he's talking about. You have someone assigned to the middle of the field. You got somebody, if there's a route run in the middle, you have somebody assigned to them. 83, who's listed as like a 2nd or 3rd string receiver for Arizona State, and I can't remember his name. It's like he's a Hispanic guy. Anyway, but seems to be a really good player. It's almost right there. Espana. Anyway, number 83 for Arizona State. He comes free right up the middle, and there's like nobody close to him. 61-yard jailbreak play basically kind of ruins a second half of play. Okay, now before we get too into this, another close one. Look at them. They had a chance. They should have won. It took kind of another Sawyer miracle. Yes, the offense got going too late, but what were they doing late in the game to get back and tie that game? They were having to go for it on 4th down over and over. And, of course, at that point they had to, and they were converting. But again, that's what it takes for this team to get a win. They almost have to be perfect, and they weren't. They weren't. And they also have to, as Scotty noted before the game on the Green and Gold game day the other day, they've got to put up a ton of points, and they didn't. Offense was not good enough. Offense staggered around for way too long in that game, and then when they had to, boom, they woke up and they had two big drives late in that game, to get the game tied. So they're obviously capable of it. Now, were they flopping around because Ashton Hawkins, who I'm told now, Scotty, maybe you and I should monitor these players' social media feeds more, was saying things all week like something like, you can only control what you can control. Did I follow Ashton Hawkins' social media this week? I did not. But apparently he was referencing these sort of, these sort of vague comments that he was making throughout the week. Well, guess who didn't play? He finally played in the second half, but guess who was not involved at all? He had one catch for like -1 yard in the game, by the way. All right. So I don't know if this was punishment, discipline. We asked Dave Aranda about it after the game, and he said he had a bad week and he thinks he'll be back and he'll be bounced back and ready to contribute again this week. Oh my gosh. I mean, let's also pay tribute, Scotty, to that Travion Barnes. I mean, that number 36 for Baylor, who honestly in injury probably showed more fight than anybody on the team. There's Tim Brando and Devin Gardner. Now, again, I didn't get the TV feed because I'm in the press box. I had a lot of people out there on Twitter that did not care for. But when you're not playing well and you lose a game, everybody hates the TV people. So I don't know. Whoever was with Tim Brando, people did not seem pleased with the commentary. I did hear that. I saw that on Baylor Twitter. That's fine. And I get frustrated with, I'm in the media and I'm a broadcaster. I get as frustrated with them as possible. I mean, I hate, like, even driving down there for the game the other day. I'm like so sick of the analysts who talk over the play-by-play to the listener that screws us up. We can't tell what's happening because you have to be screaming over the play-by-play guy who we're counting on for the play. Stop doing it. It's so dumb. People think it's like cute or something. It's not. Be professional and let the play-by-play guy call the play. You can tell I'm on one today. I'm in one of those. Okay, Scotty, where was I? And by the way, thank you, Central National Bank, our presenting sponsor. Thank you for what you do. Thank you for being so loyal to this. Thank you, Ascension Providence. Thank you, Cherry Johnson, Sigmund James. What an incredible, there they are. What an incredible law firm. We appreciate you guys so much. Schmaltz's has come over to us. The big time Schmaltz. We'll be doing our trivia contest this week. And, there it is. Well, that's looking good. 1975, right there on campus, over there where the Busy Beaver ended up being. Busy Beaver's not there anymore, over there where all that gorgeous new business school stuff is. Right around there was the old Busy Beaver would sell you or rent you a tuxedo, and that's where the first Schmaltz's ever was, about 1975. And now, of course, it's downtown and out on Valley Mills. Love having Schmaltz's. Good-looking logo. I like that. Although when you see that logo, Scotty, it almost has a look like you might walk in there and they might have like a mug of beer or something, doesn't it? That Schmaltz's kind of has there's a great, that's also looks kind of like a great logo for a pub. But in this case, it's an incredible sandwich shop. All right. Okay, we had the busted coverage. We had Sawyer. I had some good back and forth with Sawyer after the game. Okay, kudos to Baylor. Don't bring him out when he throws for 400. Don't just bring him up. Bring him out when he throws for an interception. They lose the game and the offense doesn't play that great. I thought it was interesting that our guy, Sam Bradshaw, who, I'm a big Sam fan, and he looks at these things and, he was kind of said something along the lines of, Sawyer played a great game. It did ruin those drives. They're moving. You got Cameron with the ball. This is what you want. You want Cameron in the open field, and then the fumbles. Okay, so that undermined things. And then Sawyer's own turnover. he has been too careless to the football 2 straight weeks, 3 picks over the last 2 games. And this one was, he just didn't get the ball where he needed to. He could have come off that. And then let's talk about, Scotty, let's talk about the elephant in the room right now. And kudos to, David and everybody else who was trying to zero in on this after the game. Okay, the other teams bring in quarterbacks like Sam Levitt, who did not, he had his moments. He didn't just kill the Bears with his legs. He did run for 60-something yards. And, of course, they couldn't bring him down at times. And he had one amazing scramble that I remember. So they still have a problem with the quarterback. But let's not act like Sam Levitt had some just kind of unbelievable game. But what he does is when he's in trouble, or even when he's not, they can run quarterback power. Baylor, when they were at their best, let's think about it. When Grimes was at his best, it's when he had Bohannon able to run the ball. Even last year, Sawyer with his speed. I can remember games where he takes off racing down the middle of the field in big games, whether it be at home or on the road. Apparently, it never went at home, so it had to be on the road. Sawyer is refusing to, either being told not to run or refusing to run. Now, the play I remember, and Scotty, I think you'll remember this, is like it's a major play. It's a 3rd down play, and they're moving the ball. And I think it might have been before Hawkins' 53-yard field goal, now that I think about it, but they're up around midfield. A little, it may be more like the 30, 35-yard line of Arizona State. And he's kind of rolls right. And everybody in the stadium saw it. He's got 15, 20 yards to run for. And he elects to fling the ball down on a low percentage throw up the sideline to a player who wasn't open. And they missed the throw. It wasn't even, his guy didn't even have a chance to make a play. And the Bears, I think, maybe have to kick a field goal. I can't remember if they punted or kicked. They don't love punting, obviously. So I think they had to kick a field goal at the time. Like, we asked Sawyer directly. David asked him, are you? He's already been asked, have you been told not to run? No, I probably should, is what he says. And then I think the question's been asked, are you okay? Are you okay physically? And he said, yeah, it's not a problem. So he's tried to shut that talk down a couple of times, but like, if he's fine and he's healthy, what's going on? Like, what if he's completely healthy, which again, he made all the throws he needed to make. He made huge plays down the stretch. He made the great throw to Trigg. They had 4th down plays that were big. Cole Wilson made a couple of big plays. Lewis Brown, hey, welcome to the fold, Lewis. Sweet Lou. That was a big play in that game. But how can you have a dude that probably runs I bet he runs a 4.6, at least a 4.7. He's a fast dude. He's an athlete. He's a big, tall quarterback, but he's an athlete. How do you have that guy and you don't use him at all in the run game? You see it in the NFL even last night. They're sneaking Jackson Dart. You think Jackson Dart's the runner or the athlete that Sawyer Robertson is? He's not. Can he move around? Is he better at this stage than Russell Wilson at doing that? Sure he is. But something has to give. Something has to give. Why? What's going on, Jake Spavital? So we're going to have to dig in this week and try to kind of find out what's going there. Where I was going earlier, and I forgot to complete it, I want to give this young man as much credit as I can. And this happened, Scotty, as like I'm racing over there after the pregame show. To even pick up some of my stuff, it's like, boy, they're quick before these games, Scotty. I'm over there trying to, hey, can I get this? Can I pick this up? They're gone. The Baylor people are like, if you're not there, if you're running a few minutes late, you might as well not show up. But anyway, fortunately, I had some backup. But the injury happens. It's a bad ankle injury. It looks like he's out for the year. They had to cart him off the field. And then, Scotty, what's he doing? And Fox had a great picture of it, had some great camera work. The young man is imploring his teammates and hollering at them to get the job done, leading even as he's being carted off. And as Aranda said, that, I think his quote was, that boy was becoming a leader. That boy was becoming a leader. It was really sad, also really cool to see somebody that cared that much for his teammates, somebody who's emerging as a player. You know, Scotty, from game to game, I'll kind of go, I'll look at 45. I'll look at 36. I'll look at, I'm just kind of thinking of these numbers that pop in my mind. And 36 is a guy that I've been interested in. And I'm talking about Barnes, because he's around the ball. He's obviously got speed. In a team that desperately needs playmakers, he has that ability. In this game, they were without Cooper Lands. We found out he was questionable. He didn't go for that game. We had some guys that were doubtful. I mean, there were just guys not able to go. And yet the defense actually tried to keep them in the game in the second half. It's the only thing that kept them in the game, is because the offense kept sputtering and making mistakes. And I will say, Sawyer sadly has played because of Baylor's losses and being 2-2 and the interceptions and everything else, he's kind of, right now he's not in the Heisman picture. That's not to say he couldn't get on some huge roll. They go to Stillwater. He has an enormous game. Who knows? But right now, this team has some just on both sides of the ball, some major deficiencies. And one of those is you got, when you're running the ball well, you kind of, and your defense has some limitations. They don't put a lot of pressure. They give up huge plays. They don't really tackle the quarterback a lot. You ground and pound is okay. Run it on down. Have a long drive here and there. And while you go, well, Matt, Bryson did run for, over 100 yards. Yeah, he did. And I'd like to see more of it. Scotty, if you looked right now at the play-by-play or the stats, I don't think he had over 20 carries, did he? I'd be shocked if he had more than 14 carries in that game. On fourth down, you handed it to him, and he took one to the house. That was a thing of beauty. I guess he did get tackled, didn't he, down there near the goal line. But again, big play right there. So, I think this team needs to – the offensive line was actually moving some people. Now, you still get the holds. You still get pushback sometimes. You get the mistakes, all that kind of stuff. But, man, I would be tempted when you see if this guy's one of your best players, which we all believe that he is, Bryson Washington, let's lean on him. Lean on him more, especially without Ashton Hawkins, who was disciplined, or we still don't know exactly what happened. What a way to start your game without your two best players or receivers are Ashton Hawkins and Cameron, and Josh Cameron, and they don't have Hawkins. Everybody goes, where's Hawkins? What's he doing? I guess he must have done something. He's down there standing on the sideline. Kudos to Dave for trying to teach his guys lessons and everything, but how often do we have to see this? Wait, watch Trigg not playing today. Going back to last season in some of those games, even get to the bowl game, guys are sitting out. Well, what happened? What did they do? Well, no, it was discipline. Okay. All right. I'll have to say this, though, and I tweeted about this the other night, and we'll do some Campus Confidential here in a minute because we've come out rolling on all this Baylor stuff. Michael Trigg, Scotty, is the best. I've only been watching Baylor since I was a kid. So we got to go way back 40 some years. By the time I was 6 or 7 years old, I was remembering every game, every score. I was in on it. All right. So I can remember. And now Grant didn't technically, whether it be Joel Barrett or Steve Stutzman, wasn't like he was a guy who threw to the tight end. I think you brought up Ben Sims recently, and Scotty, he was good, and Baylor did throw to him, and he was an excellent weapon. And I guess that was Sims was a weapon on the he was hurt in 19, but by 2021, he'd really become a weapon for the team. And then obviously he's in the NFL now. They've never had anybody close to Trigg. All right. And now I didn't even know Sims was that fast until I went and watched him in the combine. The Baylor, had their pro day, and I swear he ran like a 4.55 or something. I'm like, wait, I didn't know Ben Sims was that fast. Trigg is fast. He's got great hands. He's unbelievable. He's a matchup nightmare. They've never had anybody like him. But it just feels like you're wasting him. Feels like you're wasting think about that. You got one of the best backs you've had. I know Abram put up great numbers, and over the years, the Shock and Ganaway and all those guys. They're great players, incredible players. Even Johnny Jefferson during his brief run. They had extremely talented running backs. This feels like a waste this season. Getting ready is Bryson. Maybe he'll come back another season, but these guys that are thinking about, he had Sawyer. Maybe they're going to have a bad enough season. Sawyer comes back and thinks about giving him another season. Maybe he's playing himself out of the NFL. I don't know. Maybe I'm looking for a silver lining. I don't think that feels like a silver lining, but these guys, they're not featuring Bryson enough. They're not. That was a really uneven offensive performance. Dave doesn't love to take points unless he has to. He felt like he kind of had to kick that 53-yard field goal to go ahead and tie it up, and the guy rewarded him. The guy made it. But you got a short field goal, you got a 4th and 2, and you pass it up. And you get beat 27-24 at the gun. And you go, oh, man, that could have played out in various ways. Well, it played out like that. So I think it's fair. Now, am I sitting up there at the time? I don't want to fake it. Please kick that field goal to go up 6-3 or whatever it would have been. Please kick that field. No, I was not sitting up there saying that. But it does come back to haunt you at times. That similar result that they just had the other night. That's why I think Baylor fans, as they're walking out, have to have, and a bunch of them did leave. We got to get onto the fans a little bit on that deal. I get it. You were fed up. They were turning the ball over. The offense was sputtering and turning the ball over, and the quarterback just threw an interception, okay? And the game was going long, and so that happens at late in third quarter whenever he threw that. Don't think it was at early fourth. I think it was late in third quarter. He throws that pick. So some point early in the fourth, I'm walking back up to the press box, and their fans streaming out of there. And then lo and behold, the Bears tie that game up. The fans that were there were way into it. The Baylor line always stays, but the crowd leaves. And I can't help but wonder if one of the reasons they do, Scotty, is because it's like we've seen how this movie ends. Scotty, that graphic you put up there, I don't even have to ask for it. Scotty's so good. He can feel it coming. I can look and go all those late game losses that why people would have an attitude of here we go again. Lose at the end to Utah. Lose at the end to West Virginia. Lose at the end the other night to Arizona State. Lose on a field goal at the gun to TCU. Lose on the gun against U of H, who goes for 2 down at the end. Lose one of those games to BYU. That one didn't come down to the gun. Auburn just happened. Some of those teams like Texas the last time out stung you. Tech, when they were in Waco, stung you pretty badly. All right. But a lot of these games bring back memories of just how these things ended. All right. Like, I know how this movie ends. So why is it not a good environment? Is it the fans' fault? Scotty, we can deal with a little bit if you want to in Campus Confidential. We need to get to it, but this is going to be a theme this week, okay? You lose way too many games at home, it causes the environment not to be as good because people don't come out. I thought the environment was fine the other night, but this keeps happening. You get fans fired up. The administration gives them what they want. Here's your chrome helmets. Here's your anthracite. Here's your dark uniforms. Here's what you people act like you want. And then the fan base is like, thank you. All right. But then you don't win. Then you got 3 turnovers. And again, you go, well, we could have won that one. And you could have beaten Auburn. I'm sure that Baylor fans out there today really could be, gosh, you could be 4-0. You could be 4-0. And I could be, the king of England right now. And this is the same people reaching out to me about the Cowboys. Matt, you say they could be 0-3, but they could be 2-1. Okay, you watch them get blistered by Russell Wilson and Chicago and Caleb Williams for 750 yards, and you want to tell me, well, it could be this, could be Matt, they could be 2-1. I'm not buying it. All right, let's do some Campus Confidential, and then we'll, in the 2:00 hour, we will delve into these Cowboys. Campus Confidential coming up next.
Transform your workspace with Hanomi Ergonomics. From adjustable chairs to standing desks, we provide solutions for comfort and productivity, whether at home or in the office. Improve your posture, reduce strain, and work smarter. Visit us at hanomi.co today. That's HINOMI.co today. Unlock a world of convenience with Mosley Box, your one-stop solution for personalized subscription boxes delivered right to your door. Each box is tailored to your taste. Experience the joy of surprises. Subscribe today at mulleybox.com. That's MULLYBOX.com. Unlock your full potential with Onnit, your go-to for premium supplements, fitness gear, and wellness essentials. Whether you're training hard, recovering faster, or just looking to feel your best, Onnit has the tools you need to perform at your peak. Visit Onnit, that's ONNIT.com, and elevate your mind, body, and spirit today. At Rolls Rolo, we don't just sell wallpaper, we create cohesive, cozy spaces. Our deep understanding of design means every pattern, color, and texture is carefully chosen to complement your home. Plus, we use advanced technology and water-based inks for vibrant, eco-friendly prints, ensuring a healthier environment. Visit rollsrolla.com to transform your space today. That's ROLLSROLLA.com today.
Relax with Hemp Delicious. Organically grown hemp, massively blended with delicious organic herbs, responsibly sourced for their holistic benefits. Each sip offers calming, antioxidant-rich wellness. Brewed just for you. Sip the calm with Hemp Delicious. Find your blend at hempdelicious.com.
At Tusane's, we understand that maintaining a healthy lifestyle can be challenging, especially in today's fast-paced world. That's why our mission is to make fitness accessible to everyone, anywhere. Committed to excellence, we adopt a user-centric approach guided by ergonomics and medical science. With a team of seasoned professionals in R&D, design, and manufacturing, we prioritize quality across our entire product line. Visit Tusains.com today and start your journey to better health. That's TOUSAINS.com.
Ready to bring your vision to life? At Small Rig, every idea, design, and product is inspired by you, the creator. With our industry-first under co-design mode and the Dream Rig free customization project, we unite with global creators to turn big dreams into reality. Whether it's a cage rig or mount, Small Rig's versatile gear is built to elevate your craft. Small Rig, where your creativity meets our innovation. Go to smallrig.com.
Calling all Marvel fans, get Marvel Unlimited and unlock over 30,000 comics featuring your favorite heroes and iconic stories, all available to read anytime, anywhere. Whether you're into classic tales or the latest adventures, there's something for everyone. Don't miss out. Head to marvel.com/unlimited today and start your Marvel journey now. At Angel Bliss, we believe every parent's journey is a beautiful adventure. Our mission is to make it joyful and stress-free with thoughtful, safe, and innovative products. Born from a love for family, we promise peace of mind for parents and comfort for babies. From playtime to bedtime, every Angel Bliss product is designed with care, reliability, and a style to nurture the special bond between parent and child. Angel Bliss, creating happy memories, one baby at a time. Visit us at angelbliss.us. Angel Bliss.
It is Matt Mosley, the Matt Mosley Show, right here on Rogue Media Network. Always good to be with you. Scotty has done excellent work today. Scotty was with me out there before the game the other night. Had a great guest. Robin Big Cat Jones stopped by. Scotty, let's not read anything into the fact that the one video I noticed, Faith, who we love, Faith Lynch does such a great job with us on that Green and Gold Game Day show. We gave I thought we, really got after it, Scotty. You for 3 hours. I tried to come in there and really anchor down for about 3 hours. And so I just happened to, her Instagram feed jumped up into my timeline at some point. And I'm thinking, this would be kind of fun. I wonder what part of the show Faith featured, of our 3 hours of Scotty, and Mosley, and Big Cat, all the things. And it was just a quick hit of Faith and Pete together. I was there at that desk, but was not pictured in that video stream. So anyway, Scotty, I just thought I'd let you know that she thought so highly of us that there was not any. Yeah.
What woman doesn't want Pete Souza all on their Instagram, Mosley?
I mean, I don't know. I guess that's a fair question.
I can't name one. Can't think of one.
It was 95 degrees the other day, and I was even questioning myself for going with pants, but I thought, you know what, I'm gonna be like extremely professional. I couldn't remember if the pants below the waist were shown on TV, so I went with my golf slacks. And then I noticed Pete arrives wearing a long sleeve shirt. It was like 95, and it was like one of those kind of fall shirts. It is very interesting how sort of athletes and people that take care of themselves can get away with that stuff. I'm surprised he didn't have a sport coat on, our buddy Mr. Jayaraja showed up that one day with a sport coat on. It was like literally like 98. And okay, Scotty, I apologies to you because I really wanted some good banter to start the day, and I got just so riled up on a lot of Baylor fronts. All right, so this is an opportunity I'd like to take that you and I can banter a little bit. Tell me where you'd like to begin today on Campus Confidential.
Well, you covered the main thing, Matt. I got online yesterday to do a little please bear with me, and I saw Grayson Grundhafer's tweet about the home record for the Baylor Bears, and that's when I had to visualize it, man. I had to visualize it. And when you look at that graphic, and keep in mind some of these games happened multiple times. Baylor beat Kansas multiple times, for instance. Really, really disappointing, man. Really a bummer. And I think I was a little overwhelmed thinking of the fact, like, since 2022, this is year 4 of this. And the last time we saw a Baylor team that didn't look like this was in New Orleans at the Sugar Bowl. Like, that's disappointing. It's very disappointing.
Well, it's tough for a coach that, saved his job last season, and then you're kind of getting back into this. You've had two really good opportunities at home. You open with Auburn, you point to it all off season. SEC team, and Auburn's fine. I don't know. I bet Auburn wins 7 or 8 games this year. I mean, against that schedule, maybe not, maybe 7, but that would be an improvement from them. They're good. They're solid. They're not great. Arizona State, there's no way you come away from that game thinking they're great. They're unbelievable. Now, could they challenge for the Big 12? Yeah. I mean, they could. I don't know what they'll do. I'd have to look and see, when they play Tech. Tech looked like a monster coming out of that game, and I'll hold off on that because you may want to bring that up with me. But Baylor just continues to put itself so now they've got to rally, and they have no margin for error in the Big 12. Could they put together a string of wins? Certainly. They did it last year. Does it feel like they're going to? Nah. No, I would say last year they at least, they got on such a roll, and they were sort of complimenting. It was complimentary football. And that, to me, it's like there's some things falling on deaf ears, Scotty, and one of those was a thing that Dave said the other night. He brought up the fact that the coaches and players, it's not transactional. They know that the coach's belief in them and their love for them, or whatever he was conveying, is not only based on results. And while in some sort of there's some world in maybe off season or something where that connects with the fandom, that kind of stuff. I don't think Dave could. I mean, it's he just says stuff that is so that doesn't have anything to do with anything. No fan hears that and cares. Well, the coaches at least still have now, I would say some of the Baylor administration, I'll just say not really administration, people that are high up at Baylor, like donors and that kind of thing, they are getting tired of this same old message. The thing they always come back to me, are well, the team hasn't given up on him. That's such a low bar. That's like the lowest bar you could have. Well, the team's still playing for him. Who cares? Do you win or lose? Do you win at home? No, you don't. I mean, again, these kids they're kids that started in 2022. And while they've seen good moments, as you just showed, Scotty, most of that is come on the road. This is a team that does not function well in front of its home crowd. And it's part of me doesn't even want to look for the answer. It's kind of embarrassing. It's kind of embarrassing to have to find an answer. I mean, the only answer is to go out and win and play well and do this and that. I just think right now Dave has they still have way too many problems on the back end of their defense. I like the new cornerbacks coach, Paul Gonzalez. I don't totally put this on him. I just think Dave has to, he doesn't really know what to say. The truth of the matter is, Scotty, he's running out of things to say after the games. And it's just, it's like, I kind of hate it for everybody involved. I hate it for him. I hate it for the Baylor fans. I hate it for I'll watch that whole group walk in, they'll either walk in behind him or in front of him or whatever. It's Mac and Jovan and yeah, I mean, they're supporting him and I get all that, but it's just what must Mac be thinking as he walks out of that thing?
Yeah.
Close loss at home, another crowd let down. What's the next big home game? Is it Kansas State? Is that October 4th? What's the next?
Yes.
I guess all you can do is go and try to put a beat down on Oklahoma State and then just pray that the fans will show up. But I right now, I sense a fandom that's you'll get your season ticket people and you'll get your tailgating people that are kind of hanging out near us, the people that like to tailgate and just have a good time. They're going to show up. But when you lose to Auburn and Arizona State, the people that are just like, man, I'd love to go to a game. I'd like to get out there. I'd like to see what maybe Baylor has something this year. They're not coming. They're not coming. And quite honestly, what's bad is Kansas State has good fans, and no matter how well or poorly they're playing, they'll show up. There'll be a decent amount of Kansas State because they're wired differently. Unfortunately, they're wired different than Baylor fans. And so many of them live near the Metroplex and all of that. They'll make the trip. And so they'll be a little bit too loud is what I would say.
Yeah, I'm tired of hearing a couple phrases from Aranda. I'm tired of hearing that we're a good team. Like, you can say that in the press conference all you want. I will know you're a good team when you win the football game you should win. I'm tired of hearing about disappointment. Hey, we're disappointed. We're disappointed. We're disappointed. Like, you think you're disappointed. All your fans are disappointed who you've sold this bill of goods to, that this is a championship caliber team. And then I'm tired of hearing about care factor. Oh, well, the care factor's high. No, it's not. Like, I'm sorry. No, it's not. Like, I know this has been kind of a subject on X since the game, but we need a sideline cam for the football team the way we have a bench cam for the basketball team. And they need to review that sideline cam. And any player who's not jumping up and down, high-fiving, chest bumping after a touchdown needs to get cut. Like, this team is too lackadaisical. I heard Sidney Fugar. I'm sure he's a wonderful human. He's a pretty dadgum good offensive lineman. But I heard him with J-Mo on the radio after the game, and he's like, oh, yeah, it's just another game. Like, we'll learn from it. We'll move on. We'll get better next week, and we're a good team. I'm like, no, screw that. Be angry. Say we lost, and that's unacceptable, and we shouldn't have. But the dude was way too chipper about it and nonchalant about it. So that's, when you're a fan, that's the thing. It's not, I can be pretty patient through losing a close football game, but it's the nonchalant nature of, well, we care. Well, they really care, Matt. They really care. We'll get better. See you next week.
You know, the one thing I'll credit Dave for is that Parker or somebody from the back asks a question kind of like, does it make you feel better that I think the point they were looking for was that they rallied last year and won a bunch of games in a row, that they've bounced back before. I think that was kind of what they were going for. And Dave, to his credit, said, no, this sucks. He did cuss after the game. He said they were peed off. So he did some of that. He's just that's not a emotion. He is incapable of showing the type of emotion that fans want. So what he has to do to compensate for that is to be a genius and to win a lot of games. And it simply isn't happening. Like the bottom line, we always laugh about Rule. Rule lost the game the other day, 30-27. I'm sure he was angry, mad, whatever emotion people want. Now, the thing is, he's not winning any more games at Nebraska than Dave is winning at Baylor. He just kind of goes about the way he presents himself a lot differently. But, I mean, I get all that. I'm more stuck on this home thing than the coach because he's not going to change, and I feel like that's beating a dead horse. But I will say I get, okay, like when I watch Kenny Dillingham do a post game or pregame or anything, I get it. Listen, I get that. Hey, you think it would be fun to have a coach who shows that kind of human emotion? Sure.
But it's not just the emotion, Matt. And I trust Dave Aranda does this. He's just very poor at communicating it. I watched Kenny Dillingham's post-game press conference because I was curious. He got up and said, we had a few goals for this game in order to win. And he listed them. And then he looked down and said, one of them was Baylor is 0-5 since last season when that running back, talking about Bryson Washington, is under 100 yards. And you look down at the stat sheet in front of him and goes, dang, we didn't hit that goal. We didn't hit that goal. He got over 100, so they got us there. And he, even in a thrilling win where he opened his press conference by saying, man, we'll take a win. It's tough to win in the Big 12. This is a good league. He then immediately looked down, starts listing their goals, the ones they accomplished, and then said, we gave up 100 yards to that running back. That's what I want. I want to know the plan. I want to know that you executed the plan. And when you lose, I want to know, hey, here's where we fell short. And Dave Aranda doesn't ever communicate any of that. All I hear about is we're disappointed and we care a lot.
You know what I would love is to have the combination that LSU got. And of course, they don't have all those players, right? But that 2019 combo.
Brady coaching the offense and Aranda on the defense.
More just Ed and Dave. Just that kind of like huge personality. Yeah. Funny, the whole thing. I mean, they got to protect Dave like he's a sheltered person. They have to protect him almost to the point where it's like that weekly show he does, like he doesn't even half the time, like 5 games, he doesn't even show up for the show. I think it's supposed to be like the Dave Aranda show, right? But if they they had to change it to the coach's show because for the first time in school history, the coach doesn't want to show up all the weeks. So they've protected him so much, and that's fine if he delivers. But they just put him in like bubble wrap, and they just lovingly surround him with all this, and then they just continue to do what they do. Go ahead. I'm sorry, Scotty.
Well, it's a good segue. We're talking about coaches and press conferences, and number one, I will just tell you, if Baylor were to move on from Dave Aranda this season, I would be very interested in them interviewing this coach. Number two, this coach will be on the opposing sideline this Saturday across the way from the Bears. And number three, Matt Mosley, this is a very special anniversary. We had a little Mike Leach anniversary last week. We've got a little Mike Gundy anniversary today.
If anybody hasn't read this article, I don't read it. This was brought to me by a mother of children. I think this is worth reading. Let me tell you why I want to talk about this article. 3/4 of this is inaccurate. It's fiction. Here's all that kid did. He goes to class. He's respectful to the media. He's respectful to the public. And he's a good kid. And he's not a professional athlete. And he doesn't deserve to be kicked when he's down. That's why I don't read the newspaper. Because it's garbage. And the editor that let it come out is garbage. Come after me. I'm a man. I'm 40. I'm not a kid. Write something about me or our coaches. That's all I got to say. It makes me want to puke.
I liked it. I listened to that earlier today too to celebrate. We all observe that memory.
It's like a national holiday at this point. The anniversary of the "I'm a man, I'm 40" press conference.
First of all, like in this climate, First
of all, newspapers aren't a thing anymore. Now it would be the podcasters and the YouTubers like Matt Mosley.
I think he killed newspapers with that.
Right there, that press conference into the newspaper. That was it. We found the moment.
People forget he was shouting at a woman, by the way. That was Jenny Carlson who wrote that about that quarterback, whatever it was.
3/4 of this is inaccurate.
Hey, she had a fourth. I thought the fourth was good. Oh man! But what makes me laugh today more than any of the speech is the clapping at the end. Like it had to be the people that were from the administration.
It was all the Oklahoma State beat writers, the in-house publications.
No beat writers. Surely they have enough. Back then, you didn't have all that Sikkim 365 type people that were somehow partnered with the deal. No, that's what I'm saying. It was like when I tell you Mac in all the various people, Jovan and that crew, come in. Kevin Gall is there from Baylor, my buddy, who's head of strategy for Baylor athletics or some title, senior something. But it's them. And so they would have, maybe some of that crew would have been clapping. I would like to think that no respectable member of the media would have clapped after that, because that would have been embarrassing.
You know, it's funny. The main thing that makes that feel very dated is the newspaper being where this media is coming from. But the second thing is, by the way, welcome to 2025. These kids aren't technically professional athletes, but in essence, now they are. They're getting paid to play. So that's the other, as I watched that clip back today for the first time this year, I was like, like in 2007, you're right. These kids are just playing for an academic scholarship. And I that kind of argument of like, you can't criticize them like pro athletes. I'm like, yeah, that holds some water with me. But now when Sawyer Robertson signs a Nike deal and some of these kids are making $1 million, maybe there is more room in the media to be a little more blunt when there's issues.
Now, by the way, you mentioned you would hire him.
Yes, in a heartbeat. As long as we had a GM, we need a GM.
I think he's unhireable. Coming off what he's coming off right now, I think he's hireable as an offensive coordinator somewhere for sure. I don't think he'll want to do that, but I think, unfortunately, the way it's ending right now and how bad this thing has gotten, and then also just kind of his whole response to NIL and everything, and
well, that's why he needs a GM. He needs a GM.
But I'm just saying I think Baylor would. I think this would almost, the A&M's reaction when they brought up Mark Stoops and everybody shot it down. I don't know if Baylor's capable of having that type of visceral reaction like A&M did, but I think that would be the reaction. Now, to your point, Scotty, interestingly, and I don't know if you remember this or not, and I think they probably used this to put me off the rule trail. We were trying to decide, who they were going to hire after the whole scandal.
After Grove, yeah. Going into 2017, yeah.
And then I'm trying to think when they actually hired Aranda. Anyway, no, I think it was when they were hiring Rule. I was digging in on some things, and somebody put me on to the fact that Gundy did have interest, and that I think it wasn't like an interview, but either the agent called Baylor, but there was interest from Gundy at a time when they were still riding high at Oklahoma State.
Yeah.
So it's interesting to look back and know that there was interest from Gundy.
Matt,
so I know that happened. I think there's zero interest in Mike Gundy if Aranda gets fired.
I'm going to say this directly to this camera. I'm going to do a rare Scotty full screen shot here on the Matt Mosley Show. This is Scotty's opinion. This does not reflect the opinion of one Matt Mosley. I'm going to look straight in this camera. Dear Baylor, if Mike Gundy calls you anytime in the next 5 months, you pick up the phone, you open the checkbook, you bring him here to Waco, period. When a coach is that proven over that length of time, if he wants to be a Baylor Bear, my answer is yes. And then you call Seth Russell or someone like Seth Russell who knows how to put together a roster and knows finance, and you make them the GM. That's the pitch. That's the pitch. Because Gundy's problem is not that he can't coach football. We all know he's got a proven 2.5 decades of coaching good football. Gundy's problem is he doesn't want to deal with NIL and rosters anymore. And you can hire other people to do that. Heck, keep Aaron Hunt or Keenan Hall. They can do it. Let them do it.
He's unhireable. I love the guy. I do, but you can't hire him. And but I like it. I mean, I'm not saying I don't. It's a fun opinion. I'm not, but it's just gotten so bad. You couldn't. I'm just trying to think what it would be like. It'd be like somebody trying to hire Aranda.
It would be Matt. It would be a ton of fun and it would give us a ton of content for this show.
Maybe, yeah. Oh, he would be more fun. Yeah, that's absolutely true. And he would go back to doing all the media responsibilities. It's just like, I don't love people that get coddled that aren't delivering.
Yeah.
I think if you deliver and you have potential of delivering big, yeah, coddle them.
Sure.
But I don't like the coddling of people who aren't delivering. And,
I have a parallel to this.
What's that?
This is why I can't stand Dak Prescott.
You feel like even though certainly he hasn't delivered in the playoffs,
he's
that
coddled. He's coddled, highest paid player in the league, treated with bubble wrap, untouchable. Don't criticize him. And the dude is according to PFF, the 17th best quarterback in the NFL. You could say this about so many star Cowboys players over the years. That's true. But this happens to be a guy. All right, do you have one more, or do we? Let me give you one more.
Okay.
Yeah, let me give you one more. We gave. By the way, it gives me hives to give credit to this staff, but they've done it yet again, and we gave them props after they defeated Bill Belichick's North Carolina. TCU's social media team has set the bar. They have set the standard for how you respond to big wins. And my favorite, after they defeated SMU, they retweeted Rhett Lashley ripping Kendrick Lamar's Super Bowl halftime performance on February 9th. TCU retweeted it with the photo from Kendrick Lamar's halftime performance at the Super Bowl that says game over.
Exercising my rare right to be a fan. Worst halftime show ever. Sheesh.
They went through his social media. Someone on that staff went through Coach Lashley's social media, found him criticizing Kendrick Lamar at the Super Bowl, and pulled and prepared this image just for when they beat SMU. This is the kind of content Baylor and any other athletic department that wants to win people over. This is the content we need. I hate giving props to TCU. I feel sick to my stomach at this moment, but they are bawling on social media right now.
And by the way, those things they do, and Baylor and others do some fun stuff as well. But that hyper frog or hyper toad or whatever that they do on their scoreboard,
yes,
those post-game mashups they do about the opposing team and then all that stuff, whatever that is, whatever you would call that type of, it's not really a hype video, but it's a reaction they do after wins. It's pretty incredible. It's like, because you get the hyper toad involved, but then you mash in all these other things. And I've seen that guy featured before. There's also, because when they beat UNC, they did a bunch of fun stuff about Belichick. Like you were talking about hiring Mike Gundy. I'm talking about hiring that guy. I'd go hire that kid. I mean, I saw he's like 25, 26 years old. There's no way they're paying him more than $40,000 a year to be down there putting the greatest social media stuff together. Like that's what the recruits and everybody, other than money, other than cold hard cash, but the fan base love that stuff. Social media, you want to own social media, you go, double that guy's salary. Go bring him in for about 70, 80. The problem is, anyway, I'm not going to say what the problem is, but love that kid. Love that kid. Okay, thank you, Schmaltzes. Thank you, unbelievable. All our sponsors. We've run right into the 2:00 hour. But I'll tell you what we're going to do. Let's do some count. That was really, Scotty, I just almost want you to send that off to wherever we send things. I don't know if for awards, whoever processes these things, whoever then puts these things in bite-sized pieces that then I can kind of have fun with. That was good. That was a solid way to react to another frustrating Baylor loss, okay? That was an hour and 15 minutes of what we call excellent content. And I think more and more people are going to find out what we're doing over here on YouTube. People keep sending me stuff. I miss you on the radio. I'm here. Just come find me. Scotty, let's react to another awful loss, and it was even worse than Baylor's, and that's the Dallas Cowboys. Let's do it next.
When Central National Bank decided to partner with Baylor women's basketball, we didn't know exactly what that partnership would look like.
What brings you into the bank today?
For the last couple of months, I've been noticing a charge on my account, and I would like to block it.
I see. So you have a charge,
Yes?
and you'd like to block it?
Yes.
I think you should take the charge.
What?
Yeah, I definitely think you should take the charge.
I don't think you understand.
Sometimes you just have to take one for the team.
Is there a manager available?
We love that Coach Colin is all about the team. Once we get the vocabulary down, the sky's the limit.
Central National Bank, proud partner of Baylor Athletics and Baylor women's basketball.
I have Mac Rhodes, director of Baylor Athletics, on the phone. Mac, can you tell Peggy why she should take the charge?
Of course she should take the charge. Wait, are you at the bank again? And who is Peggy?
Are you ready to take control of your health? At 4U Health, we believe wellness and lab testing should be accessible, inclusive, and yes, fun. With our tech-powered at-home lab test, you save time and money while feeling your best. Say goodbye to long waits and office visits. Check your health on your own terms with 4U Health. Visit 4uhealth.com today and free yourself from traditional medicine. That's the number 4uhealth.com. Get ready for epic savings at Best Buy. Right now, you can save up to $700 on select Alienware and Dell gaming products. Perfect for leveling up your gaming experience. Plus, grab the latest Android Google Pixel at an unbeatable price. Don't miss these incredible deals. Shop now at bestbuy.com and upgrade your tech today. At Fullwell, we bring together the expertise of registered dietitians, MDs, and OBGYNs to give you the best fertility support. Our research-backed bioavailable formulas are crafted with your health in mind, ensuring the highest quality and safety. From preconception to pregnancy and beyond, we exceed industry standards with independent testing for harmful contaminants. With our comprehensive practitioner directory, personalized care is always within reach. Fullwell, your trusted partner on your fertility journey. Visit us at fullwellfertility.com. Experience the perfect blend of exquisite craftsmanship and life-changing technology with Gevi. Every product is built with precision, featuring specialized parts that ensure durability, efficiency, and safety. We put every machine through 6,000 rigorous tests to guarantee long-lasting performance. With cutting-edge technology and a commitment to energy efficiency, Gevi makes your life easier, greener, and more convenient. Upgrade your everyday with Gevi. Visit us at gevi.com to discover more. That's gevi.com.
Have you ever watched true crime television and wondered, how did they get that story?
I can show you. I was a producer for 48 Hours on CBS News.
In my exclusive tell-all book, I'll take you where no audience has ever gone before. Don't miss out. Secure your copy of Killer Story, The Truth Behind True Crime Television today. Available everywhere books are sold.
With San, owning iconic furniture no longer requires paying a premium. We use the finest materials like Italian top-grain leather, known for its durability and luxurious feel, and apply meticulous attention to detail in every piece we create. Our replicas are crafted with the same care and precision as the originals, but a price that makes them accessible. With over 15,000 satisfied customers worldwide, we've proven that high-quality furniture doesn't have to come with a high price tag. Explore our collection today at san.com.
At Covers & All, we've revolutionized protective solutions with cutting-edge, customizable covers, tarps, and curtains. Using advanced tech fabrics that are 100% waterproof, UV tear, and abrasion resistant, we ensure lasting durability with hand-sewn double-stitch seams. Our commitment to quality, precision engineering, and customizable options is unmatched. With vertically integrated operations and express shipping, we deliver premier protection at affordable prices. Visit coversandall.com today for the perfect fit, guaranteed to last.
We haven't been looking for you. Wake up.
Hellhound Country, available anywhere you get your podcasts. Protect your online privacy with NordVPN. Browse securely, access content from anywhere, and keep your data safe with military-grade encryption. Whether at home or on the go, NordVPN ensures your digital freedom. Stay secure. Download NordVPN today at nordvpn.com. That's NORDVPN.com.
It is Mosley and Scoot Swingler with you into the 2 o'clock hour, brought to you by Central National Bank, our presenting sponsor. Appreciate it. Appreciate Ascension Providence, Schmaltz's Sandwich Shop, and Sherry Johnson, Sigmund James. Always great, tremendous law firm. So we spent the first hour and change talking about the Baylor situation, and I think we covered a lot of ground. And, you know, have we offered solutions? Like, is there a way to make Baylor a better, a tougher place to play? Well, one is to win. I mean, the fans really have wanted to get on board. And I guess you could just blame it on the fans and go, well, players just aren't inspired by the fans or something like that. But the fans were there for the Auburn game. It was a great environment. Fans were even there the other night. And you kind of staggered around, didn't do much, and then the offense finally got going. The most accountable person in this program, when he's allowed to come out and talk after a situation like that, is Sawyer. I like Sawyer's reaction. Sawyer blamed it on himself, said he was inspired by the defense, and in that they sputtered around way too long and didn't get it done. And there was no pointing the finger. There was no this, that. It was the quarterback taking the blame, and I think it's going to be a good one. I see signs of him honestly not being ready for the NFL. And would I love to see him stick around for an extra year? Sure. But I mean, all that remains to be seen. Got a lot of this season. It's like, it's good and bad, Scotty. Think about that 3-9 year. You know, it's kind of like you kept saying, well, you got a lot of opportunities. You got a lot of great opportunities. Well, that's bad too, because then you have too many opportunities. You got too many tough games. You got while seemingly if Tulsa can walk into Stillwater and put one on Mike Gundy and OSU, Baylor better the heck be able to. But I worry about them somehow circling the wagons, rallying behind an embattled head coach. I don't know. I've seen it happen before. After they ran Gary Patterson out of TCU, they had an inspired performance, and they beat the Bears in a season where Baylor was having a great season. So in a season where Baylor's kind of just bucking around, just kind of, just sitting there kind of staggering around, who knows what could happen. Lord knows you don't want them to get that young quarterback back. I don't know what stage Hoss Haney's in right now, but Lord knows. I mean, Scotty, if that kid showed up for Oklahoma State right now, like he makes Sam Leavitt and Jackson Arnold and anybody else you want to throw out there, Jennings, he makes them all seem slow. He's the fastest quarterback in the NCAA. He probably is. He's one of the faster players in the Big 12. So let's just keep him away from that field altogether. The last thing in the world you need is Oklahoma State getting that quarterback back. He broke his foot or did something, so surely he's not ready to come back. But, have mercy if that kid's ready to come back. All right, it's Scoot. It's Mosley. We're rolling. Oh, man. Cowboys go to Chicago. Bear down, you mighty Chicago Bears. You need a win. You need to go in there. You need to do your thing. And what do the Cowboys do? They get absolutely annihilated. You know, first big, I don't even know what that celebration is. What is that? Crawling along? I mean, there's your all-pro cornerback just falling down. Okay, way to go, Diggs. Just falling down and gets beat for a long one right out of the chute. Cowboys, I mean, move the ball. We're running the ball well. Had a huge turnover. and ball came out. That was Javonte Williams. I mean, they had some good things going on early in the game, but they really needed to score almost every possession. I mean, the defense was so horrific, and they end up giving up just two. I mean, in the first half alone, let's talk about just the first half against Chicago, a team that had flatlined and got beat in week 1. Okay, surrendered a big. I think that was J.J. McCarthy and the Vikings coming back to beat them. And then in week 2, get embarrassed by the Detroit Lions. I can't speak. That play right there, Scotty, one of the goofiest looking. I mean, think about all that had to happen on that play. You run a flea flicker. The running back gets to the line and throws it back there like slow pitch softball. Like, throws the ball back to Caleb Williams, and then Caleb Williams throws a bomb, on a, look at that. They get caught peeking, and as we like to say in the football business, if it's even, he's leaving. Safety gets caught peeking in the backfield because they're like, oh my gosh, it's a flea flicker. I've never seen a flea flicker. Boom, you're beat. You're dead. You're dead. Throws a corner out. There he is. I mean, touchdown. Play after play after play. That's 5. In 5 quarters of football, going back to that Giants game, there were 5 touchdowns of 25 yards or more. Okay, oh, good. Yeah, throw your helmet. That's good. All that helmet throwing, and Pickens was doing it later in the game. And, Scotty, you had Tom Brady saying it's like kicking the dog. It's like kicking your dog. It's like, what? Really? Is that what you want to use? People love dogs. Okay, you got cat lovers, you got dog lovers, you got animal lovers. Is that really what you want to talk about? Is getting home and kicking your dog? I know it was a figure of speech, but it's a figure of speech back from the 50s and 60s. We went home and kicked his dog and did something else to his family. That's old school, buddy. You better get away from that. So somehow, some way, the Cowboys fought their way back to at least get the game tied. Okay, here's the field goal. Okay, they at least get the game tied 14-14. But before that, I don't know if they'll show this, but Scotty, I mean, in their infinite wisdom, and this is on Shoddy, he still calls the offense. They have some old deep offensive coordinator who was an offensive line coach. I think his name's Clayton Adams or something like that. Clayton with a K, by the way. They decide to line up their. And it's not even this. This actually worked better than most things they did. Wasn't even an end around. They literally took CeeDee Lamb and said, hey, Javonte Williams is running pretty well. Miles Sanders is running pretty well. Tell you what we'd like to do. Do you mind getting out here, CD, and maybe you'll line up at tailback for us? And we'll see if we can get you worked in there. And they hand the ball off to him, and he gets his ankle under him on a tackle. I mean, again, it's one thing to do an end around. It's another to run your star wide receiver into the teeth of the defense. Now, by now, he's out of the game. He's already been hurt. Pickens gets the one-handed catch, and the Cowboys actually got the 2-point conversion and tied this game at 14. You can stop it right now. You can stop it right there, Scotty, because that's it. There's your highlights for the Dallas Cowboys, because the rest of the day it was pick off of Pickens' hands. It's another pick in the end zone. It's a pick at the end of the game by Joe Milton. So there's your 4 turnovers. And how many did the Cowboys have? None. How many sacks did the Cowboys have? None. Look at this guy dropping back the pass, Caleb Williams. First time in his young NFL career, he did not. There's a 3rd and 9. He did not get sacked. There's a 3rd and 9. You actually have a chance, and they throw just a regular old screen pass. All right, you're basically like, let's just don't turn the ball over here. And I mean, this game's still in doubt. It's 14-14. They throw a screen pass that goes for like 30 yards up the middle. All right. They got some blockers out there, and then nobody ever covered. It's honestly, I'm amazed in watching these highlights to even even remember the Cowboys making some plays. They did hold them to a field goal right there. All right. So there was a part of this, but then in just typical Cowboys, I mean, unbelievable that they continued to do this. Down 17-14. Here comes the Bears. Here come the Bears. Bears run quick. And then the Cowboys, when they have like 25 seconds at the end of the half, the Cowboys couldn't even get a playoff. Cowboys had to go trudging in. Here go the Bears. On the broadcast, they were just saying, oh, the Bears need to get down here and kick a field goal. Well, they hadn't been watching the Cowboys defense, obviously. There they go, getting the ball all the way down to the 10-yard line. All right. And I mean, that was Luther Burden the third, the rookie out of Mizzou, who ends up with like 3 catches for over 100 yards. Anybody who wanted. There's Kmet. Nobody covers him. Nobody covered Kmet. There's no pass rush. There's no pass defense. Look at this. Look at this, Scotty. Kmet runs out. Nobody covered him. Nobody covered him. They literally gave their best tight end a free release off the line of the scrimmage, and nobody covered him. Like, that's the pass defense the Cowboys are going with right now. And I think this is probably, you're going to see here in a minute, a play where actually Dak makes a good throw. And, okay, that was the only thing they had going the whole day was this tight end, throwing to the tight end all day. But, okay, Scotty, that's enough. That's enough. Yeah. I mean, and I love our ability to do that. I love what we're able to do, but it's what was coming up right after that on that same drive. Cowboys down 24-14. They're still in the game. You still have to hold serve. You've got to come back. You've got to score. You get to 24-21. You're okay. You're okay. You're in that game. And they throw the ball to George Pickens, goes off his hands, and the Bears pick it off. And so, basically, and they go down. And at one point, Scotty, the Bears put a 19-play drive on you. It's like one of the longest drives the Cowboys have allowed in organization history. Like, those are the things we keep saying. They haven't done this. They haven't done this in the history of the team. They haven't done this in the history. The teams that are doing the things the Cowboys have done, okay, in the past. And I'm talking about giving up huge days, giving up all these long jailbreak touchdowns. The teams that have done that have not. It's not like, oh, that team did that, but they went to the playoffs. None of those teams go to the playoffs. And, Scotty, I will ask you this. I will bring you on for this. I start looking at the schedule, and I don't know where to find this. I don't know where to find the wins. I don't know. I mean, like, they had a back-to-back road games with like Carolina and the Jets. And even before this game against Chicago, you're like, okay, win. Like, they had some things that were sort of favorable toward them. Jets are putting up points. Panthers beat somebody 30-0. Like
Falcons, yeah.
Falcons, like a division game. They put 30 on them. Like, there's no road games where you feel good about the Cowboys. And now it looks like, I mean, who knows how CD's out? How long CD's out? Kenny Clark got hurt. I mean, they had and Trayvon Diggs got hurt. And you had the receiver, Scotty, just snaking his way out of the deal after the game. Slithered right out of there. Didn't talk to anybody. Didn't want to talk to the media. George declined comment. I wish Jerry would do that one day. Guys, I'm sorry I can't talk today. I wish Jerry would decline comment at some point. My gosh, wouldn't that be great? I mean, Scotty has all this lined up for us to hear from Jerry, but I don't know if we knew. I think it would just be rubbing our audience's face in the loss. Now, Scotty, you see what I'm saying. Green Bay coming to town with Micah Parsons. Then you do a little road trip, and you got Panthers and Jets, however the order is on that one. I mean, this thing could get really, really ugly. There's no division games you feel great about. By the time the Giants at the end of the season, Jackson Dart may be offering the Giants some hope. That guy may be running around making some plays or something. This has the makings of about a 6-11. I mean, that's what this thing is starting to look like.
Well, if I had known we were going to talk about the upcoming schedule, I might have pulled the clip from the Pete Souza show about 2 months ago. I told Pete, looking at when the schedule released, I said, I don't see a lot of wins. I don't see a lot of wins with the current roster. And that was when we still had Micah Parsons on the team. and the other thing about this schedule, Matt, you're just talking about the next few weeks. The second half of the schedule for the Cowboys this season, more difficult than the first half. When I was looking at the schedule 2 months ago, I was like, oh, man, that first half of the schedule, you got some wins. The back half is nuts. Well, you just lost to one of the teams that I thought would be a guaranteed win. I thought the Chicago Bears before the season was an easy guaranteed W, and clearly it's not. So I think you're right. I think if you lose to this Chicago team, after what they've put on tape their first 2 games, you could lose to anybody. I did bet the under on the Cowboys season. It was at 7.5 wins. I'm feeling good about that today. Matt, you said they might get 6. At this point, I'd be surprised if they get 6. I think we're looking at a 4 or 5 win team here. And I'm being a little cynical and a little jaded, but
you're going to win 6. You would way prefer 4 or 5. Like this team is not, and Jerry will never ask it to tank, but now it's almost looking like they easily could have lost that New York game, the Giants game at the very end of the game. They had to pull that out because their kicker hit a 64-yarder. I mean, like at some point you want to tank, because if you think about it, you get a incredible draft pick, and then of course you get the Packers draft picks for the next couple of years. I just think, so that's interesting to think about that, if it could be 4 or 5. But I mean, think how bad is that we're already there? Like they went from 1-1, go get a win in Chicago, to lose, and you're like, man, I don't know where these wins are going to come from. And it almost is, he's getting paid huge money. But I mean, think how embarrassing that is. Eberflus goes home to where the quarterback clowned on him. They fired him during the season. He had the whole month of December off to spend with the family, and because he got fired, and they just embarrassed him. They just roasted him. Caleb had 239 at the half and 3 TDs. I think he finished with 298 and 4. Could have had more, but by the end of the game, they're just trying to run it out. 19 play drives, just hand the ball off. They can do anything they wanted. Cowboys handed a poor dude Eberflus, and to an extent also shoddy. They handed him a lousy deal. They said, tell you what we're going to do. We're going to let this guy hang around and infuriate everybody and hang out at our training camp the whole time. And then right before the season, we're going to trade him. And oh, by the way, he's going to go to Green Bay and be great. And oh, by the way, you got to play him. You got to play him on Sunday night, the 28th, or whatever night the game is. Sunday night, 28th. You got to play him. So not only are we going to trade him, we're going to trade him to a team that's a playoff team that you can never beat, and he's going to haunt you immediately. And what we're going to ask you to do is scheme up a pass rush. Need you to scheme up a pass rush with Dante Fowler, Sam Williams, Ezraku, somebody kneeling, and then we'll go get the big man from the Panthers. We'll go get somebody off the street for you, and see if he can help you out. And so it's bad. It's bad. It's a bad situation. Clowney's who I'm trying. I could, for some reason, Jadeveon Clowney's name wasn't coming to mind. So we'll go get you Jadeveon. And first game of his career. I'll say it again. First game of Caleb's career. He's a guy that runs around a lot. And guys, young quarterbacks who run around a ton get sacked a ton. All right. Even when Michael Vick was a great runner. Lamar Jackson, great runner. They get sacked a ton. Those guys get sacked a ton. They always have. Caleb Williams gets sacked a ton. Got sacked none. Got sacked 0 times. The head coach wanted to say, we were around him a lot. We got around him a lot. Really? Well, I don't remember it. If you were, boy, he stepped out of it pretty easily. Wow. Boy, you talk about sticking it to your head coach and a new defensive coordinator. This guy's had success as a defense coordinator. He was a lousy head coach, but he's had plenty of success in this league as a defensive coordinator. Matt Eberflus. This thing is bad. And then you got your star wide receiver. So the Cowboys get to just kind of keep throwing out. It's double embarrassing when you lose and you do it with a bonus baby at quarterback. I mean, it's hard to even know what to compare it. Oh, Scotty, let's try to do that real quick. Let's try to think over the past 4 or 5 seasons of a team that was losing big time with a bonus baby quarterback. Green Bay certainly hadn't done it since they paid Jordan Love what he was going to pay. Baker Mayfield finally got paid a little bit. Tampa, he just continues to pull out games. The Rams won them a Super Bowl, okay? And they keep extending him and getting great money, but they would never trade that Super Bowl for anything. They had an embarrassing loss the other day. Jalen Hurts got his. They wouldn't trade that money for anything because they won a Super Bowl. Jaden Daniels, they're so excited to have him with the Commanders. He'll get his soon. Is there anybody? Let's think about it. Scotty, who of the big bonus babies are out there? Huge money. Mahomes earns his money. Josh Allen earns every dime.
The two I can think of, I think Derek Carr and Kirk Cousins at both points had pretty record-breaking or setting or bordering on that contracts, and I don't know that those guys delivered. But there's 2 classes of people, right? Between those 2 and all these other guys you're naming.
Yeah, but even at Carr's most, and kudos to him because that's hard to, even if you're hurt, which obviously he decided to walk away from the game.
Right.
When you're as good as he is or bad as he is, whatever you want to say, but when you're a competent NFL quarterback, he could have kept making $20 or $30 million a year. And he walked away from that because he just wasn't the same.
Right.
This is a quarterback who seemingly is healthy, and even Cousins at the peak money and Carr at the peak money, I don't think they were in the neighborhood of $60 million a year, right?
No.
The most Cousins ever got probably was in the 30 to 35 range. They were still far behind. Carr might have gotten up there with the Saints around 35 or something like that. So it's not, and I don't even totally blame that on Dak. He's got a great agent. Dak's put up really good numbers when he's healthy, but it's ugly. Hey, Scotty, do you have just the very first part of Jerry? I just the first thing he said to me was pretty maddening. We don't have to play this whole, it's 8 minutes worth or whatever. We don't have to play that whole thing. But do you have, Scotty, the first part of Jerry after the game the other day? Because to me, it illustrates just how his brain works. He's now in his 80s, and he's just kind of these old Chicago Bears, they're pretty good. It's a pretty good team. We got to take our hat off to them. Scotty, can we play just a little bit of the first part of Jerry Jones from yesterday?
All right, man. Really want to give the Bears a real attaboy. I really thought we came out and were ready to play. I thought we had a lot, and they were able to take several plays and just keep hitting us right on the nose with them. And that ended up being a big difference in the game. But give the Bears a lot of credit. Huge win for them, as it should be here at home, and plus with what they're trying to do with their franchise, the Bears are the Bears.
How concerned are you with the big plays again on defense?
Those big plays on either side will eventually take the heart out of you when you get a bunch of them. And I will tell you, I thought a lot of our team really hung in there, getting hit on the end of the nose with some pretty big haymakers.
Okay. What is that, Scotty? Like you should go get your man. What do they always say about go get your man?
He's never been my man.
But like they always say that when you're watching those videos and some guys going, go get your man. Somebody ought to just get him off screen when he says something like the Bears are the Bears. What does that mean?
I remember when they won that Super Bowl, Mike Singletary, it's still the same franchise.
I can't possibly tell you what that means. The Bears, the Bears are the Bears. It's so weird. And that franchise, big for that franchise to get back to where they are or whatever. No, a second-year struggling quarterback and a brand new first-time head coach put a game plan together and just embarrassed you. Now, today, Scotty, I thought I would share with you, we've got more from the Jones family, all right? In case you thought, well, what's the Jones family up to today? And you probably have asked yourself that, Scotty. Golly, Scotty, this show goes fast when we have this much to say. We're about to have to say goodbye, sadly. And it's just like we got started. We just got started. I mean, it's unbelievable. I don't even know how you manage it for Pete to just do 1 hour. I mean, we could do an hour. We could do 3 hours in our sleep. I'm not going to try it, but I did it for years. I did it when we didn't have games. Okay, here you go. Stephen Jones was asked, Scotty, he doesn't believe, he said, that they have talent or personnel issues. He said, I think this is execution. We've got to go out and execute. All 11 have to execute their assignments, and good things will happen. We got a lot of work to do here. Really? Okay. So, just go execute. I mean, talent's fine. In fact, all right. I mean, I thought I saw Malik Hooker and every other poor corner you threw out there just chasing cars. Just out there think about that. You had a chance to scheme. Your defensive coordinator coached this young man. He coached Caleb Williams all last year. He knows what he has a hard time with. You never breathed on him. You never got home. You never got a sack. And he just threw bomb after bomb and then threw a screen pass for like 30 or 40 yards. Let's just throw 3rd and 9. Big play. 3rd and 9. Cowboys are in the game. It's 14-14. Big play. I tell you what we'll do. Let's just throw a little screen out here. See if we get something. If we don't, we'll punt. What'd you get? 30. We got about 35 yards on that play. Really? Really? Nobody could come out there and even lay a hand on poor DeAndre Swift? This team stinks. This team stinks right now. Now, could you get DeMarvion Overshown back at some point? Could you get Deron Bland back? Yeah, I guess it would help. Let me tell you who they're missing. Micah Parsons. They're missing the guy who's going to roll in there and just cackle at them. You think Sunday night football, you think they're not ready for this? You think they're not ready for the Micah man to put on a show? He's going to put on a freaking show. He's going to try to light them up. He's going to go after Dak with everything in his power. Sack after sack after sack. It's just an embarrassment. Okay, here's what Steven said on if Micah would have been the difference for this year's Dallas defense. I'm worried about the guys who are on this football team. We've got to figure out how to execute, play winning defense, and make it happen each week with the guys we have. I believe in Coach Schottenheimer and Coach Eberflus, and I believe they'll get the job done. Wow. All right. I believe I'd like to get back to Buc-ee's and get some more of that dried sausage. Oh, that's the only thing keeping me sane these days. Buc-ee's. All right, I do want to say thank you, Central National Bank. Thank you, Cherry Johnson, Sigmund James. Wow, that unbelievable law firm. We appreciate you. And as we do the landing, it is the Brazos Landing. We're going to be there before that Kansas State game. You know, the Bears may not get the job done, but we will. We're going to try to fire the home front back up. Fire them up a little bit. Let's get them excited, all right? Kansas State, when's homecoming? Maybe we can get some people to show up for Pigskin and sing. My nephew does have a solo or has like a duet with the KOT Sweetheart. Okay, at least we get people fired up for that. Let's get some tickets. Let's get the Pigskin. That's what it's come to. That's what it's come to, really. We can bring our people back for Bonfire, but to get them to come to games, man, it's getting tougher and tougher. Scotty put one of the most horrifying graphics you could put up earlier today. It was all the losses. Oh, there it is. I'm going to have nightmares about this. Okay, on the bottom, Power 4 teams Baylor's lost 2 at home since 2022. Tech and Texas were blowouts. I think OSU might have even blown them out that one time. All right, and BYU, that game wasn't as close as it kind of seemed. But for the most part, most of those games were just like it happened against Arizona State the other night. West Virginia, at the gun. University of Houston, at the gun. Utah, at the very end. TCU, at the gun. I mean, it's like, hey, come on out and watch us. At least we'll lose close games. We'll try to keep it entertaining for you, but we are going to lose. Dave Aranda, those things are getting old. I'm still going to show up, and I'll still be there to question them. People even sent me something the other day. Said, Mosley, you were actually trying to hold him accountable. I'm not trying to hold him to anything. I'm just trying to ask him questions as to, he's the defensive coordinator. Why are the busts continuing to happen? Like, how does a guy number 83, who's not even a starter for Arizona State, slot receiver, how does he run right up the middle of the field for 61 yards on 3rd and 13? How does nobody cover him? How do you have poor Tyrod, what's his name, who made a good play earlier in the game, but Tyler Turner, how do you have him? What's the coverage? What's the coverage? Their best receiver, the one guy you can't let loose on a big play in that game. You just give him he runs an out, and he's got about 5 yards of separation. The only people who get more separation than this Baylor secondary are the Cowboys, or whoever's playing the Cowboys. Huge separation, like 6 or 7 yards of separation throughout that game the other day. They average, the league average on separation from receivers is like 2.5 yards or something like that. 2.3 yards. Cowboys were up there around like 6 or 7 because people can't cover. I'm tired of watching and rooting for teams. I don't root for the Cowboys. I do kind of root for the Bears, for Baylor. Come on. I'm not going to try to hide that. I do. I don't root for the Cowboys, I should add. But I'm tired of the teams that I watch allowing that much cushion, that many busts. And at some point, you got to clean it up. Or clean it out. Or they're going to get the coach fired. All right? They tried to. If it weren't for Sawyer going off last year, and Spavital too, Dave would have been gone last year. Probably should have been gone after he was 3-9. This is the most benevolent administration anywhere. They really are, because they love Dave, and I get it. I do think he's a great human being, but at some point it's like, really? More of this. Maybe they'll turn it around. They still have chances, and I'll still show up, and I would show up even if I weren't paid to show up, because I love this university. But it is time to get past I'm afraid we're going to get some thin skin stuff going. I'm sensing some of that's about to start happening. Just win, baby. As our man used to say, the late, great Al Davis, just win, baby. Scotty, good job, buddy. Appreciate it. I mean, it's been a strong Monday. It's all we can do. All we can do is just come on here and react in the way that we do. It is the Matt Mosley Show. It is a show that can be found on all the various sites, YouTube, Spotify, Apple, wherever you get your podcast. And it's a show we're continuing to grow. So subscribe, tell a friend about us, and we now have to say goodbye until tomorrow. Thanks for everybody that's been a part of this, especially our great sponsors. Thank you, Brazos Landing. Cannot wait to be there. Can't wait to do that live show. Can't wait for some bang, bang shrimp. It's going to be fun. And I may jump into the Brazos. I will not shotgun a beer like Scotty wants me to. But if it's jumping from the Brazos Landing into the Brazos, I'm kind of up for something like that. Is there anything that could get me sick in the Brazos, perhaps? I'll look at it. It is not in a Speedo, though, like what's his name did, Pat McAfee. Probably not going to do a Speedo, okay? I'm probably going to have to start taking one of those injections before I ever put a Speedo on. I had to take about a year's worth of those. Okay, it's the Mosley Show. We will see you tomorrow at 1 o'clock. Straight up. Good night, everybody.
When Central National Bank decided to partner with Baylor women's basketball, we were hoping Coach Collin would bring that championship mindset to do whatever she has to do to take our workplace culture to the next level.
Well, these donuts are pretty good.
Guys, how we doing?
We're good, Coach.
Craig! What are you doing?
What do you mean?
You have to dunk it.
So far, I think our employees are really enjoying it.
Not everything's a basketball thing.
Did you say something, Craig?
No, ma'am.
That's what I thought.
Dude, I think she likes you.
Central National Bank, proud partner of Baylor Athletics and Baylor Women's Basketball.